It's Week 12 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs.
And with him, Any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Bills and the Steelers under the lights on Thursday night.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So much for coming out throwing, as it leads to an early second down and long. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuff behind the line on the first 2 plays.
It's complete to Diggs. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. Deontay Johnson deep for the Steelers. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise.
All right, rifles one. That's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. I think for both coaches, they looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Here's 3rd and 3. Allen off the play fake. Escapes the sack. Oh, he stays up. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Flush to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there the last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now here's another carry for Harris. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
You look at this Buffalo defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes.
DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Dances by him. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Allen.
Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Kamara will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
You look at this Buffalo defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
He'll return it from the 6. There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. That, folks, is a 94-yard punt return.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, the old rules about not fielding punts inside your own 10, those things are way out the window, aren't they?
Yeah, they say put your heels on the 10-yard line, but when you return it, maybe your coach doesn't say anything to you, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of special teams coach, if they've got a special guy, they'll say, yeah, okay, you can go to the 8. But this one, he really had some guts.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes our score 17-0.
17-0 our score after 1.
The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2.
As they've got it as we resume action.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Pickett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do...
And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Kamara gets it again on second down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do in this league.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now Allen. That's complete to DK Metcalf. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
A 10th carry for Kamara, and they can't bring him down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Eluding the pressure right. That is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Bills. Quez Watkins. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On second down, this is Harris.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Tyus Bowser coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at the 20.
A good return there, 17 yards.
And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his...
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bills have opened the lead up to 30. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. That's pulled in at the 32. Evades the tackler, and now some space. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 25 yards that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Kamara trying again. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Once again, hope everyone out there has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Settling down now to watch Thursday night football. Let's take a look ahead to what's coming here on the rest of this holiday weekend. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the LA Rams. And one final game to highlight is the Sunday night extravaganza. And they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. We just watched a solid first half from the veteran running back, Alvin Kamara. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Deontay Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and the lead is down to 24. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hey, hold. Yo, what's that?
Here's Allen. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Bryce Hall there defensively.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To the air, Allen. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Take a look at Deontay Johnson as this offense runs back out. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He'll look to set up his blockers. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now Allen. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now Allen. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 109. That ties it with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Bills extend their lead yet again. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
70 Lions.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Pickett back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the gun, here's Pickett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line.
That's another Steelers first down.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Pickett sets up play action. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Tyus Bowser able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Johnson with a reception. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Escapes the defender. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A busy night continues for Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They'll throw again with Pickett. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
The Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Pickett.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Second and 8 at the Bills' 28-yard line.
They'll run again with Harris.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. A short one there to Fryermuth.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
104 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
On first down, Allen. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Bills, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.